Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jemima. This is the part 4 and the last part of this series, Advice to 100 level medical students. If you've not seen the part 1, 2 and 3, please go and see it. I'll put the link up for you. With that said, let's continue.
Another thing that would say help, in fact this should have been my number 1, is past questions. God, look for the past questions for your school, for your senior set and for your senior set. My point is, just look for past questions. Past questions will help you a lot. Don't joke with past questions at all. Study your past questions. As you study alongside past questions. Know how your school examination usually is. For many schools, 100 level is usually CBT or OBJ. Know whatever it is that your school is doing and study with that in mind.
And as you're studying with these past questions, note the nature of the questions. Note the nature of the exam. Is it theory? Is it OBJ? You know that when studying for OBJ is completely different from how to study for theory questions. How do you get this information? It is through your past questions. It is through your seniors. That is how you would know the nature of the exam. But then be flexible. Don't have any stringent timetable. Don't have any stringent study method, because things can change. In my time, they asked us some theory questions and some OBJ questions, but in the set below me, they asked them mostly OBJ questions. During my seniors' time, they asked them mostly theory questions, but in my time, they asked us mostly OBJ questions. If I use their past questions to say, oh, they asked them theory, so because of that, I'm going to be asked theory questions, that I would have had serious problems. It's good to be flexible. Prepare using your seniors' past questions, but at the same time, prepare for the unknown. Prepare for both theory and prepare for OBJ. And another thing about studying with past questions is that these things could be repeated. I'm telling you, these things could be repeated. They could repeat some questions, and this is where you find yourself being really lucky. Just don't be in 100 level and study blindly without using past questions, please. Immediately you resume, try to look for your seniors, try to look for your mates and ask them if they have seen past questions. It will help you, trust me.
Another thing is, start learning how not to cram. Now you're in 100 level, because from 200 level you don't need to cram at all.
From your 200 level, you need to understand the basics, you need to understand the concept, and if it's only cramming that you know how to do, you would have serious problems.
So from your 100 level, start learning how not to cram at all. Because if you start cramming your 100 level, then what will you do when you get to 200 level? Like I've said, 100 level is your easiest year. So that's the time for you to do all the trial and error. Another thing I'll tell you is, you must not have a study group. I know people will tell you you must have. My dear, you must not have it. But however, you may need a study group. So try it out. If it's something that you know doesn't work for you, by all means, please drop the study group. In 100 level, you don't necessarily need a study group, because they may drag you down. But if you try it and it's working for you, by all means, like I said, do what works for you. Last but not the least, I will tell you, have a backup. Like for me, my backup is the Holy Spirit, and I don't joke with that relationship that I have with the Holy Spirit. I have a video on how to develop a relationship with the Holy Spirit. If you've not seen it, I'll put the link here. It's definitely going to help you. Have a backup. Have a spiritual backup. For me, I don't joke with my relationship with God. You cannot just go through medical school like that without having a backup. Please try and work with your relationship with your God. It's definitely going to help you. If there's anything I've forgotten to mention, I will definitely mention it while editing this video. With that said, I remain your girl Jemima. Bye.